The next area is state of the art. State of the art of billboards in today's world. Billboard has changed name in some regard. We're still using billboards in today's games. Now it's called imposters instead. The difference is that instead of just having a normal billboard that is predefined and it's like, this is the billboard, this is the texture, this will never change, we will change maybe the rotation and all that like we used to do. It is now generated inside the scene, meaning that if, for example, you have a car that is 200 meters away from the player, then you will view it as that will be a billboard inside the scene. It's 200 meters away. The level of detail isn't very high. You can't see the level. The level of detail doesn't have to be very high because you can't see it. It doesn't ruin the visual experience. If, however, you catch up to this car and begins to be like around close to the car, it transforms into a 3D object, and thereby the level of detail increases, and it doesn't again ruin the visual experience. However, the objects that when you have moved up close to the car, the objects that then are 200 meters away from you now, that are imposters, will then change, is still then a billboard. So everything close to you that is an imposter, 3D object, things far away from you is now turned into a billboard. So the similarity is it's still a billboard, but it changes. All of this is also made in code, which means that when you as a developer is making the scene, you see the scene as it should be in 3D when the player is right there. You don't see a billboard which is just a 2D object, for example, which creates that you have a better idea how the real visual experience will be. I mean, of course, you could also, when you're making developer, like have the idea that the billboard that is the leaf is following you in rotation, like it should do, but it gives a better idea of it. The disadvantage of imposters, which really isn't a disadvantage, real disadvantage, is that if we say that you catch up to this car that is a billboard and it doesn't change into a 3D model, the billboard imposter state billboard will have a really low quality of detail in for example, if you take an old billboard, because old billboards you were like, this is the only billboard that is, this is going to be high quality, so when the player is close to the leaf in the tree, he can really see it. But since this is designed to never be viewed close up, it has a lower level of quality. The last point is the implementation, where we will run you through the problem, and then we will show you the shader that should provide a solution to this problem, and then we will show the result of the shader. So if we start by having the problem here is that we have a character that is looking at a 2D object. This, for example, could just be a sprite. This should be designated into a billboard that should make us believe that it's a 3D object. If we however turn around, we will see that it will not follow our camera position, and we can clearly see it's just a 2D object. No dilemma at all. So we have to apply a shader, which we are making. The shader we are using here, we are making in CG programming. First, we have the vertex that is the rendering of every vertex. That's called vert, and then we have the fragment rendering. That is the fragment of it's called frag, which is the rendering of the texture. Then we have the user specified uniforms, and after that we have the struct vertex input, where we take the inputs of the vertex. That this shader is applied to a material, and we take the vertex of that material, which the material is applied to, the sprite in our case. And we also take the texture as an input. And then we have the struct vertex output, which has which is the one which will deliver back the output. So after we have processed through the input, we will deliver an output so that it will change. We start by having this function called vertex output vert, which recalls for me that it will call this. This function will run up to this when it's done. This function goes through every vertex of the objects, which the shader is applied to, and do this every frame. So it's like run through this first vertex, apply this, and then do the next in every frame so that it can move. First we start by making a float, a vector, float 2 vector, where we start by finding the direction from the camera to the object, or the billboard to the player, for example. We start this by taking the camera position, world space camera position. We can use using this line of code. We take the x and z coordinate. We subtract the input vertex x and z coordinates, which is the coordinates of the object, which this object material is applied to, and we again take the x and z coordinates. This will give us the distance, the difference at the distance between this will give us not the distance, the difference between the 2 points, then give us the distance, and then we normalize it. Then we make a 2 float with a matrix. The reason why it's a 2 is because that this removes the y coordinate, which we're not interested in, since this is the one we're moving around. We're also not interested in the w coordinate. It's really not important, this relation. We then define a rotate matrix in which the billboard will rotate around in the space. After we do this, we take a new one here called output.position, which is only the x and z coordinate, and we will use the multiply. It's multiply. So we will multiply the billboard rotation with the input vertex of x and z, so the position of the billboard. That would be a billboard sprite right now. We multiply this and we get the new position for x and z. This is the output position up here. Turn into this. Then we do the same for y and w. Then we take and make an output position for I and w, and we just take the input position. This will not change in any way, so there's no reason, but we need to deliver back an output position, else the code won't run through. The last thing we do is that we take the output position, all the coordinates x, z, y, and w, we multiply the output position with the Unity matrix MVP. This is simply just to this is done so that we translate the vertex positions into the Unity coordinates, so the Unity can understand them. And then we do the same as we did with the y and w coordinates, but with the texture, and we return the output. The last thing we do out here is the output, and is for the frag, for the texture. Where we simply just take the main texture as we have applied, it's also up here in the uniform. We return it back this with the x and z y coordinate. We don't use this in any way, so just return it back, but so that it fits. So if we go into Unity and we change the PF here, so we have the new shader, you can see that now we have it. And as I turn around the material object which the material has been applied to is following me, as a billboard should do. So it works. Thank you.